All right. Hello, everyone. Move some things around. All right. I am Professor Caudill. Today we have a special project before we get into the homework. So, we're going to do some summary review. Maybe not immediately. Um, Obviously, we'll get into the homework practice questions, just things to practice on. So if you've noticed through I don't know, this will probably be like the 57th lecture. If you've noticed a theme, we get the problem, we extract the knowns, plug those knowns into a calculator, and then um, solve the answer. Um, so I want to, and this came to me while I was falling asleep, is a script that does feature extraction. Um, so what do we do? I have a Python script with my API key. So this is a way to hide the API key from you guys because I don't want, strangers using my API key, putting in illegal prompts and then me getting questioned for for being careless. But so my API key gets imported into here as this. So I'm going to do something like this. So this would be the word problem is some input, copy, paste. Okay. Okay. So let's say it's this. Okay. Um, how do I remove the original input from the entire string for this? It's not exactly what I meant. Okay. Well, anyway, it did show me like how to get the API key. So if you're wondering, just say, just ask it how do I add Python script and hide it? Um, Maybe I should make a new chat. Is the output of this just the okay? So I just wanted to clarify that, just this is the output. Okay, so that's our output. So now we will have a prompt and it will say extract the givens, unknowns, variables from following word problem, and that would be word problem. Okay. So now we can print prompt. Don't need this parentheses. Okay, so testing, extract the given unknowns. Okay, so I need to add an F in front. Testing. Okay, there we go. So the prompt is this. Okay. So complete this Python. Okay. I guess I can be redundant. API key equals API key. Given this partially completed code, finish it so that ChatGPT, what does it do? It's going to returns the desired output. Okay. Okay. Now let's see if that works. API key is API key. API key is not defined. Okay, let's just remove this section. Okay. Let's try it on this one. Okay, we get OpenAI is not defined. Okay, well, that would probably help. No module named OpenAI. Okay, so we have to do, I have to go to my terminal, pip install OpenAI. I know you guys can't see it, just, think of a Linux terminal, typing pip install OpenAI. That's basically what I'm doing, and it's installed. Okay, so now can I do it? Kernel restart. Okay, there we go. Okay, name API key is not defined. Oh, okay. Gotcha. This would be this key is ChatGPT API key. Okay. Nope, that doesn't work. Try to access OpenAI. This is no longer supported. Okay. I think they want me to open my terminal and type this. Pip install OpenAI migrate. It's successfully installed migrate 3.0. Okay, so restart. Um, okay, I did this. This might be working. Oh, nope. Error message. You exceeded your current quota. Please check your plan and billing details. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. What do you mean? What do you mean? I have to pay? That's very tough. Very tough. Hmm. God dang it. Error message. You exceeded your current quota. They have to pay for the API. Oh, and it is broke. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's basically saying I have to pay for it. All right, we're back. So I think I've gotten it to partially work. Um, Content, please provide the data or text you would like me to extract features from. So we need to fix this so prompt's getting put in right. Okay, so they just do prompts. Okay. That. Okay. So contents givens. Distance from point A to point B is equal to the magnitude A to B. Wonder if I can display it. That'd be really cool. Nope, that doesn't work either. Um, how do I make Jupyter Notebook display this meter? Tried that. Display. So You are a program that assists the professor. A professor. Maybe if I do it like that. Correct the given unknowns from the following word problem. In your response, do not include keep format it like format as if one prepared to be used as input in your response. Format the output in a way that is prepared to be used as the input for following sample. Use variables like r, radius, r for radius, t for time, b b not equals. Okay. In your response, um, in your response, format the output in a way that is prepared to be used as the So I guess I don't need the ends. Okay. In your response, format the output in a way that is prepared to be used as the input for a function solver. For example, use variables like r for radius, t for time, v velocity, a acceleration, b naught. Now extract the given unknowns variables from the following word problem. Okay. Cool. All right. So what does it give me? Um, Python input function. I do not want it to be. I do not want enter something to be displayed either. All right, so this code outputs. I want the output to be simple variables like b is 5. I want the output to be simple variables. Offer me potential changes that reduce and neatly displays the desired output. Okay, let's try this. Don't know what this is. Okay. This outputted nothing. Jupyter notebook, how to display. What is this? This browser that brings way I always describe Jupyter. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Chat in your markdown. It's pretty cool. Do we try this? Do we try this? This is probably pretty old though. Um, how old is this one? 2022. Quest. I don't know. I don't think this would solve it. This is not a solution. Cell, edit, delete. Okay. Not what I want. Print JSON. Okay, maybe this would be useful. Response. Okay. Maybe I can try that. JSON is not defined. JSON is not defined. Messages.content. That might be what we want. String has no object choices. So just choice. We do messages instead. Response that choices. Response is that. Okay, so we're gonna say completion is response. Okay, ooh, this looks better. Focus on minimizing words used. I do not need a. I'm minimizing the words used. Users only need to know what the variables are. And do I add like a dot dot dot? There we go. That's what I want. Ah, thank you. Okay. So I do want to add like a dot dot dot. So all right. Was it worth the $10 I spent on this API key? And maybe. So why do we do this? I just, you know, it's one thing to read a word problem, it's another thing to extract the variables. So I think having a second opinion might help, because what we want to do is get the variables. That's all we want. That's all we want is the variables. We want the variables, and we want to be able to plug them into stuff like this. Um, 1 second. Okay, so when I go to open, if I go open a new notebook, you can see there's a local file. You can see this physics tools is running. I have this file API key. I'm not going to open it because it would leak my API key. But how do I open another Python file while this Jupyter notebook is open? So that's how that's that's why we'd have the API key. From API key, this is saying from API key dot Python because this is a dot Python file. So from this, we're importing this. Okay. So if you want to know what the content of that looks like, it's literally 2 lines of code. This .py file is just 2 lines of code that has my API key. So this is just a way of, I mean, if you're doing this yourself, you're not like putting it on video, doesn't really matter. You can just have your API key in the script. But if you need to mask it, that's one way to do it. Okay, so I wonder if we can get rid of this OS. Let's delete that, restart the kernel. Okay. All right, so I guess we can get on to like actually doing, I guess we should review. This is, I mean, I'm glad I got this to work. Like, this is pretty cool. This is our prompt. We splice our word problem into this prompt, and then magically we can display it neatly in LaTeX. Obviously, if you remember how it was displayed before, that wasn't acceptable. This is much better. The LaTeX might break, but again, it's better than what it came before. So what is this? This is a feature extractor. This is part of our script. Motion in two and three dimensions. All right. So hopefully this just helps. Close some of these tabs. All right. So let's kind of review the chapter. We got 20 minutes. So motion in 2 and 3 dimensions. It uses these equations, key terms, angular frequency, rate of change, angle. So that's how the angle's changing. Think of it like theta n, or like a theta t. What's the angle at a certain given time. So if this is like analogous to the like a position vector, then d theta t, d theta is kind of like saying that's omega or omega. Um, what else do I want to say here? These are a lot of equations. Trajectory. I wish I. This is probably the one I struggle with the most. Is this trajectory function? Just because it has a y and an x, um, Usually they have you solve one dimension at a time. So all right, so we describe where a particle is with a r vector, displacement vector, or not displacement, just position vector r. So A is r. So these are all equal. Displacement vector r, delta r gives the shortest distance between any 2 points on the trajectory. So that's pretty cool. We really like shortest distances. So that's just, okay, so if you have, you know, a vector this, and then you have vector this, you want to know what is this shortest distance. So that would be forget, do you like move this tail here and then you that? All right. Instantaneous velocity. So velocity of x. You can just say x dot. So A is you can write it like that as well. I mean, this is x of t, x, the function x of t, but I omitted the x of t. I omitted the omitted the parentheses t. What else? Motion in any given direction is independent. So time of flight. Relative motion in 1 and 2 dimensions. Okay. I guess we can just get into it now. Question 1. What form does a trajectory of a particle have? What form? It's asking what form. Okay, so trajectory of a particle has if the distance from any point A and B is equal. Okay, so we have point A, point B. Okay, they want to say this distance let's get a second opinion. Okay, so somehow this is a circle. Second, well, not necessarily. The language model is wrong a lot. But does it make sense if it's a circle? It's the distance from any point A and B. Okay. Let's say we have this point, and that's A T1. Then we have this point B T1. Okay. So if this distance is equal to B minus A1, yeah, I'm just getting very confused. Give an example of trajectory in 2 dimensions. I don't know, I just don't like how these are worded. I just want to get to the problems. I don't think that the author of these books have they're not the best at expressing concepts clearly in English. But hey, you can't really complain if it's open source. You can only you know, if I really cared, I would rewrite the book myself, but I don't know if I have time to do that. Coordinates of a particle in a rectangular point. Particle is 1, -4, 6. Position vector. The coordinates of a particle in a rectangular coordinate system are 1, -4, 6. What is the position vector? Okay, so this is the origin, x, y, so okay, so 1, -4, 6. So you want to know what's that? Okay, I'm gonna say R is 1 I 6K. Okay, now let's see what the book chose. What answers did it come up with? We're on chapter 4. Chapter 4. Okay. Four point 117. Oh, they have to check your understandings in here. Huh. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I guess for future chapters we can. Okay, so this one actually said it's a straight line. The language model said it's a circle. So that's kind of, I mean, that's completely opposite answers. So that's kind of funny. Um, yeah. Okay, so we got this right. 1i minus 4j minus 6k. Okay, so all right, we can feel good. We got the first problem right. All right, position of a particle changes from that to this. All right, so we're gonna do negative 4i plus 3j. So we're gonna take R2 minus R1. So this is R2. And we're gonna subtract 2i. Okay, and that's going to be negative 4 minus 2, negative 6i. 3 minus 3, 0. So particle displacement. So, oh, 6i particles displacement. I just want the equations. There we go. Okay. So displacement vector r t2 minus r t1. I think that's a fair response. Okay. Let's move on. I should probably get in the habit of kind of using the full screen more. 19. Okay. 18th hole golf course is a dog leg. Never heard of that. To the left of length. I don't even know what this is saying. 18th hole at Pebble Golf Course is a dog leg to the left. It's like, does everyone know what this is saying? Uh, I can't even imagine this. Uh, it's English is too bad. A bird flies northeast at distance. Northeast a distance. Northeast at a distance. A bird flies straight northeast. So 45 degrees. Okay. At a distance of 95 kilometers for 3 hours. So angle is 45 degrees. Distance x is 95. X naught is 0. Time 3 hours. Okay. Okay, so they want the displacement. Okay, so they want this vector in components, so we're going to take all right, so we've done this 1,000 times. So if this is, let's say this is our vector r, r is going to be magnitude, so it's going to be 95 cosine the angle plus 95 sine the angle. Okay, and displacement should be so this is r at t equals 3. So then r at t equals 0 would have been 0. So our displacement vector is going to be so it should just be that. Okay. Let's see. 95, 45. Let me double check. Make sure this is correct. Okay, so we're about out of time. I just want to change this real quick. The vector is going to be that. That should be I hat, but I haven't figured out how to add I hat, the symbol I hat, into the new notebook, Jupyter notebook. Yeah, do I add this? I guess I can add this to the GitHub. I think we made enough progress to kind of warrant it. All right. So yeah, let's end it there. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, take it easy.